What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a market analysis for the Digimon TCG like we do every Friday. We're here to talk about the Digimon prices, about how things are going, maybe any tournament news, and just generally see how the game is going and what's becoming more affordable and what's becoming less affordable, what's good to sell, what's good to buy. And as always, we're taking a look at numerous amounts of cards. We try to get a decent selection every time. So just let us know if there's any cards that I might have missed that you guys think deserve a mention in the comments. That would be really, really great. And we're gonna be looking. We're done with our 2.5 kind of overview. We've done that for a couple weeks, like on release, and then on the week one. And now we're moving back into just generalized cards, things that we're seeing trends on, and just looking at, and some of that stuff will be 2.5, but a lot of it will be other stuff as well. So let's get into it here, and let's just talk about some Digimon cards. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, we're starting out here with the Shoto Kazuma. This is the Mother Shoto card that everyone thinks really needs to get a limited hit. It's crazy. It's $32. Every other Shoto is like not even a fraction of this. $32. It's coming down a little bit, and it will come down if there is some kind of hit to it that limits it to the green deck that it was supposed to be limited to, because any deck can use this. But yeah, it's yeah, it's interesting. It's been this way for a while. Just it's so good in so many other decks. 7 Demon Lords, and then of course the Mother stall deck, which I hate. But lots of copies, so I don't see it going anywhere soon. Like I said, it will go down if there is some kind of. We are getting the ban list on Sunday. Yes, yeah, Sunday. We're going to be getting the restricted list, so we'll see if this has any changes maybe next week. Zephigamon from EX7. I didn't think this guy was the most popular, but it is a decent price, and it has seen a bit of a spike in recent time here, going up to about $16. I know that at one point it was like $8, so I mean it's definitely come up quite a bit, and yeah, it's looking a little bit better than that. Let's see, we got tons of copies. I don't really see the needle moving too much on this in a while. Hexablow, still an expensive card here. You got $25 for the 20. And just make sure I'm always try to make sure that I'm on the US here, just because Canadian prices are dumb. But yeah, we got Hexablow here, $25 for the super, $43 for the alt. Still a crazy card. It's kind of leveled off here, but it hasn't lost too much steam. It looks like I must have missed it. He got all the way up to $50, and then just lost a little bit of steam, but still $43 for Hexablow is pretty good. Wargrowl, looking at some of those foiled out EX cards. Wargrowl still looking pretty good, probably the best one from this set. I think it lost a little bit, but gained a little bit on the Growl X. The Growl X is pretty much the same thing. It's like $24, so I mean, they're pretty in line if you look at both of them. And then yeah, you just see that giant spike, and then just kind of holding there for a while there, because Gallantmon's going to be doing probably pretty good this format. Although Gallantmon himself has actually lost a lot of value here. You can kind of see that it's dropped down from that 100, then 70, 60. Now it's in the $50 range. I think this will come under $50, just because it's people are finding more and more ways to get around it. And you see there's a bunch of copies here before it gets back up to 60. So we will see what happens with this. Medieval Gallantmon. Oh my gosh, Medieval Gallantmon has just soared. 115. This card is the new Death X. It's the new Ruin mode. Yeah. Hopefully you got them while they were a lot cheaper, because they're only going up. This is actually crazy because this is probably one of the most expensive tech level 6s in a long time. Yeah, 115. Like this is like Magna X back when it released in BT16. So it's a lot, and this is like rapid too. Like they were 100 to 120, $130, and this isn't even a release. So this is crazy. I don't remember Ruin Mode ever, or Death X ever getting over $100, but maybe I'm mistaken. I mean, I could have also not been doing these market analyses when they came out. So 31 for Dusk. Dusk is coming down. This was generally closer to 40 for the while. It was Velgra that was always 30, so this is definitely coming down from that $40 range slowly. Will this stay this way? It depends when we get some tournament info to see if Purple Hybrid's still going to be really competitive in the format. It has dominated the format pretty much since 2.0 came out back in November. So that's going on like 4 months now. So we'll definitely see if the trend continues. But a lot of copies hitting at 30. So you got pages here. So I think you got a lot of time on that one. Shadramon Probo. Whew. You can just see the steep curve here. It's come down a little bit. It was up around 85, but holy moly, this card's expensive. I did not think it would get up to 70. I thought at 40 or 50, that would have been like the cap. But $70 for this card is insane. But you need it to play the deck. It's busted. It's so good. And luckily, it's getting an event pack reprint, so you're going to see more copies on the market. So that'll cool the price of this. But right now, if you want to play Virus Imperial, it's a hefty price, and I understand that. Not such a hefty price for the boss monster, which is the Imperial Digimon Fighter Mode alt that we just got. It's gone down, $22. Will we see it under 20? I think it'll probably hold there. With the prices of some of the other cards in the deck, I think it would probably hold there. It might go up a little bit, but I don't think it'll kind of eclipse $30. We'll have to wait. Like, again, we need tournament data to decide like how good a deck is. But the Dragon Mode too. I mean, Dragon Mode has gone. It used to be a $5 alt. Now it's a $20 alt. That is a 4 times price increase, and right now you can't get it anything under really 20. There's lots of copies on the market, so I don't see it going up too much more than this, but we'll have to wait and see. So I think you're safe to buy if you really want. Good to sell too. We haven't talked about Venusmon in a while. Of course, Venusmon has cooled off from its initial used to be like a $50 to $60 alt. Now down to 20. Still pretty good value for a BT10 card that is not seeing as much play in the current format. Venusmon just doesn't have the power that it used to have compared to the new abilities in the game. So the power creep definitely is real. But I would say there's a bunch of different copies for fairly cheap, and even the alt itself, if you want the original alt, is pretty cheap. You can get it for under $20, so that's kind of cool. Those are all lightly played. And first near mint's 18, but yeah, lots of copies there. So I would say that wasn't too bad of an option. Looking at Takuya. Hybrid hasn't really been doing as much this format, I believe. And just so looking at the tamer prices, of course, this one's always going to be cheap because of how many box toppers you got in the box. You got two pulls from every box, so this card's been fairly cheap, although it was up around $7, so it has declined. You got the cards like this that hold a little bit more value, but you don't even play this guy half the time anymore, just because cards like that are so good. You might play one copy, which leaves this guy. He's the other best tamer alt in the deck, and actually I think he's probably actually seen a little bit of an increase if we go in there here. Oh, maybe not. I thought this was lower, but apparently it's not. So it's actually come down a little ways. Been jumping around between, you know, that $20 to $25 range, so a lot of fluctuation there. But just the most expensive one right now, and that's not even bad too. If you're looking at playing this deck, everything else is pretty cheap, unless you want this, the D scanner alt. I did want them. I just didn't want to pay that much. Violet in boots. I was just looking because Violet, the original Violet, had such a incredible like price spike, and that was attributed to the waifu art because it wasn't even gonna make Three Musketeers that good, and we didn't have the ghost stuff yet. So I was looking to see if there was a trend on this, although it, you know, it does seem like it's trending a little bit up from where it was. I felt like it was down. Yeah. So it is trending a little bit up. I feel like it was, you know, it spiked, came back down, and then went a little bit up, and we'll have to see if it continues to climb a little gradually here. But I mean, $30 a copy. It's still one of the best alts you can sell from the 2.5 set right now. Other than, you know, it's better than Zephygamon Ace alt. Not better than Omnimon though, which we're going to get to in a second. On the other end, you have the Searcher Ghostmon, another Liberator Searcher. He's kind of come down under $20, so that's pretty good. Makes the deck a lot more affordable if you want to bling it out there. Lots of copies there too, so good chance to get this out for under 20 if you're looking at playing this deck. We have all the Omnimon hype for Royal Knights. Look, you got that. Oh, just nothing but stairs. Yeah, $75. This is like how much it was back in the BT13 Royal Knight days, and that deck was hard to play. And you don't got many copies on the market, so like, yeah. Somebody buys a couple copies, and this is at $99, and then apparently $225 after that, which is just awful. Of course, you have the new Omnimon X-Antibody, one of basically the best regular alt that you can pull from the set, hitting at that $70 mark. It was a lot higher, but it has come down so quite significantly. Not as much as the Zephyr. The Zephyr was like $20 for the alt on that one. So definitely has a lot more value in the game than its counterpart from the set. It's funny because like this is the first, if you look into all of the secrets from 2.0, 2.5, it's, you know, it's 3 sets, 6 secrets. This is the only one that has a decent value. Everything else is completely cheap. Susanomon, cheap. Lucamon, Satan Mode, cheap. Zeed, Millenniummon, and Nene, not worth a damn. And then, of course, cheap Zephygamon Ace. And this is the first one that actually has a little bit more value to it. Here we see Omnimon X-Antibody. Yeah, it's still climbing after its dip, but I don't know, there's not a ton of copies out there, and then you're back up to 70, 75. So, I mean, this could definitely see a buyout if people are really again, tournaments will decide what's going to happen here. Although I'll having one of those tongue twister days, but the Omnimon Ace alternate art. Of course, we have the Omnimon binder. We're going to talk about that in a little bit here too. And that has seen a price decrease here. I'm a little bit here, $25. Now we're down closer to 20. Will this go down below 20? I could probably see that happening, but I wouldn't say much more than that. There's a lot of copies here on the market, so if people start, you know, posting more, getting those Omnimon binders, you probably see this drop a little bit more. Otherwise, I think it's just going to stay here for right now. Death X-Mon, alternate arts and regular arts, and you know, we're not really looking at the 2.5 stuff because we're looking at the old school. This guy was the $80 to $100 card that you needed for all your decks. Of course, now we actually got some reprints. We got the event pack one. We got the limited set one, which is the same art but better because it's textured. You got the original Regular art around this, all around $15, and then you got the alternate art for $30. So it's definitely a card that's come down. It's still a good card, and probably might come back, but it's just getting older, and you're seeing less of it around there, and so now people are selling those copies, and it's a reverse stairs right there. And the other one is, of course, Rune Mode. Rune Mode's still seeing a decent value here. Not seeing as much play as he used to, but definitely seeing some value here. $50. Even the alt's $50, $50, $50, $50. It's just kind of funny. It's $4 less, and then $2 less for the limited pack alt. And again, we see the same kind of thing here. Just a slow decline because lack of play. And the availability of the limited set alternate, which is honestly, I didn't pull a single one, so I don't know how much that really opens it up for people, but lots of copies there, so I don't see that going up anytime soon. Lastly, we have Yuki, the Celebration textured Yuki for the winter packs for the 2.5 Celebration event, or pre-release event. I call it pre-release, they call it Celebration because they like to try and make things interesting, I guess. But yeah, it spiked after release. Some people were selling it for super cheap, spiked up in that $20-ish range, and then has come way back down, basically about half that, sitting at like $12 to $14. So it's kind of cool. So if you want to get, and there's lots of copies out there, so if you want to get those winter Yukis, that's now is the time. Especially because waifu cards, right? Because it might just spike up for no reason because some guy will decide that he wants to buy like 80 of them. Omnimon's binder set's about $150 US. You have to decide if you think it's worth it buying the binders. You got to realize that you get 2 of each card in there, so that's $30 of your value right there. That's another $30 of your value, and that's another $40 here. So that's $100 of your value there for those 3 cards. That covers $100. So you could still be worth it. I mean, if you can sell everything, 30, 24. So yeah, there's more than enough value in this set to be worth. If you can get one for 150, perfect. You can see like the cheaper of the cards are the aces, because those were like terrible aces and they never got off the ground. You get a little bit of value in the in your champions, because this one wasn't as good. This one was a little bit better, but still not amazing. Of course, your Gabumon, your Agumon, they're important for that deck, so they are keeping more value. And then of course your big guys are keeping more value. So yeah, you can see that there. That's it, guys. That's what we're looking at today. Did you get your Omnimon binders? I'm still waiting for mine, so we will be doing a box opening whenever we get them. Unfortunately, like I said, having a lot of issues when I switched over stores. A lot of things are not going to run smoothly until we're a couple months in. But looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.